Yam Shaiva Samupasate Shivaidi Brahmedi Vedantino Bauddha Buddha Idi Pramana Padavaha Karte Dinayayiga Arhan Nityatha Jaina Shasanarada Karmeti Mimamsaka Soyamvo Vidadhatu Vanchita Phalam Trailokyanato Hari. So this is a benedictory verse. The last line of this particular verse is, may the Lord of the three worlds. Which are the three worlds? The waking world, the dream world, and the sleep world. We only know of these three. That Lord Hari, may He fulfill the desires of all of you. Soyamvo vidadhatu vanchita phalam Trailokyanato Hari. Shuddho buddho vimuktaha Shruti shikharagiram mukhyatat paryabhumi Yasmad jadam samastam Jagadidam amrutad vyapya sarvam Sthido yaha Yasyam sham shavataraihi Suranaravana jairrakshidam Sarvametad Tam bhumanam mukundam Hridigatamalam Krishnameva prapadye Tam bhumanam mukundam Hridigatamalam Krishnameva prapadye Madhya hridaya kashe Sadanandamayo Guruhu Udetu satatam samyak Swatmananda prabodhakaha. Harihi, Harihi, Harihi Om Tatsat. Jaya Guru, Jaya Guru. We shall now jointly recite the auspicious monosyllable Omkara, which has the ineffable power and magnificence to generate sublime influences in the body, the mind, intelligence and heart. Interlock your fingers and put them on your lap. Sit comfortably erect, close your eyes. Open the mouth and heart and join me, wishing and willing deliberately that our joint recitation should spread upon the whole of the earth, generating its benedictions, showering its benedictions on all the creatures upon the earth. Let the mind expand, contribute at least this much, very great. Yesterday we had seen what Bhagavad Gita really is. It is a dialogue that transpired in the battlefield of Kurukshetra just before the commencement of discharge of arrows. War cries had already been raised by both the armies. Can you imagine the critical nature, the consequential moment in which it transpired? It is not a religious gospel. It is a secular gospel. I cannot use the word gospel. It's a secular dialogue for a secular purpose, which transpired between two secular people. I would like you to understand it. In our book, I have specially mentioned it that it is an administrative treasure trove. It should be read by all the country heads of the whole world so that they will be able to run the administration of the state, of the country, much better, more efficiently, effectively, and in a manner that will not unnecessarily affect them in a negative manner. Now, many of you raise a question. What is that question? How to begin spiritual life? Shall I give you an answer?
Yes.
Will you be ready to receive it?
Yes.
Begin it this way, as Arjuna was told. What was he told? Natvevaham jadunasam, natvam neme janadhipaha, nachaivana bhavishyamaha, sarve vayamatah param. There was no time when I was not, you were not, nor these elderly people were not. There is not going to be a time when we shall not be. This is your identity. My dear souls, you have a body, but you are not the body. Are you prepared to accept it?
Yes.
Will you every day remind yourself that I only have a body, but I am not the body? If you are not the body, then the question necessarily arises, what are you? When you say, I am, are you referring to the body? Then you say, my body. My body cannot be the I. Similarly, you say, my mind, my intelligence is not sharp, or I am more intelligent than you are. I have a great inflated ego, etc. All are referred to as mine. Nothing is referred to as I, except the one. So from today onwards, you should start thinking, I have a body, but I am not the body. Then you are obliged to answer, what exactly is the I? It is different from the body. Right within it. It is closer to you than the body, closer to you than the mind, the intelligence and the ego. It is closest to you, you yourself. This is how you begin spirituality. You may read any extent of textbooks, listen to any extent of shastras. Unless this discrimination starts operating in you, functional in you, there is no spirituality for you at all. In the very second verse, Krishna began to speak his dialogue. He had enlightened Arjuna about this position. Natvevaham jadunasam. At no point of time, even when I awaken you from sleep and ask you, you should be able to say, there was no time I was not. No time I shall not be. As I am, I was, and I shall be. This should be your fundamental and ultimate position. Existence means what? That which exists. Something that exists, will it ever become non-existent? Will fire become cold? Will water, it is flowing, will it stop flowing? It is always flowing. It is a property. Ice is cold. So existence continues to exist. It will never become otherwise. This you should understand. I explained to you about Sukha Dukhas. I don't know whether you have got it. Life is an interaction. In the whole interactional life, one important point that you should understand is the interacting subject, that subject is you. The things interacted with alone differ. All the things and objects in this world are those with which you interact. The interacting subject remains the same. And what are the other factors, all of them put together? They are persons, places, and events. Whether you interact with persons, places, different circumstances, surroundings and the like, or events, the interacting subject is the same. They differ. They come and go. But the subject, interacting subject that you are, you never come and you will never go. You enable them to come and go. And they are Sukha Dukhas. Sukha Dukhas. We have three fronts: the domestic or residential front, the societal front, and the professional front. In all these fronts, various interactions may take place, but the resultants of interactions are only Sukha and Dukkha. Now when I say that Sukha Dukhas are the only experiences you have in your life, whether you are a child or an adult or a married person, a parent or otherwise, the experience that you are going to have on account of the senses you have and the mind you have, they are only two. If you are able to deal with the Sukha Dukhas, the happiness and unhappiness, comfort and discomfort, favor and disfavor, etc., don't you have a solution for the entire life and world? I want an answer. Yes. Tell me yes or no. Yes. This is the key Bhagavad Gita and Krishna provide for you. With this key, you can stand before the world. I am the master, my dear world. I am not the servant. I am interacting with you. You don't interact with me. In me, the interacting subject, out of my kindness, I enable you to produce Sukha Dukhas. I am remaining alone and separate. The Sukhas and Dukhas will come and go. But I shall not go. I haven't come. I am permanent. I am everlasting. I was yesterday. I am today. I shall be tomorrow. Similarly, I was last year. I am this year. And I shall also be next year. My nature is eternality. Everlasting presence. Unchanging. You alone are changeful. Can you do anything with the changeless? You will maximum go on changing between Sukha and Dukkha. Dukkha itself disappears and that is called Sukha. Sukha itself disappears and you call it Dukkha. You tell me how many contents are there here now? We say darkness. What is darkness? It is the lowest degree of light. Or what is light? The lowest degree of darkness. Are there two different things? Answer me. No. You see something in the presence of light. For seeing anything, you should have the presence of light. You say darkness. I come along with you. Where is the darkness that you are reporting? And I have a torch or I have something else. Then when you look at the darkness, will it be there? So where is darkness? Is there anything called darkness at all? You call it. That does not mean it is present. You should examine it visually, using your eyes. Then if it is present, I shall agree it is present. Will there be anything like that? The Sukha and Dukkha also are like that. The real continues to be. The unreal never comes to be. Either it will fall in the category of real or it should fall in the category of unreal. So far as Sukha Dukhas are concerned, they are experienced, so we cannot call them unreal. But when we examine them, we are not able to find any proper ground for them. So they are not real. So what are they? They are illusory, like dream. Dream phenomena are experienced by us when you are sleeping. The moment you wake up, none of it is there. None of them is there. So what does it mean? Is there anything called dream? While it was not dream, it was as good as wakeful. When you woke up, it has disappeared. So what will you call it? It is something that I cannot understand and I don't want to know. I am interested in things which are answerable to my inquiry by the intelligence. So with regard to Sukha Dukhas, what should be your attitude? What brings about Sukha and what brings about Dukkha, remaining the substratum of both, that is the real. And what or who is that? It is the I in you. Both Sukha and Dukkha remind you of the I. I undergo Sukha. I undergo Dukkha, happiness and unhappiness. While I undergo these, can you fill the sentence? While I undergo these, I am not undone by these. For Dukkha to be, I am to be first. Then only I can experience Dukkha, unhappiness. If happiness has to be, I have to be there first to experience it. So I undergo the Dukkha experience as well as the Sukha experience, surviving both, proving my superiority, proving my staticness, proving my reality, proving my substratum nature. Am I clear? Huh? Will you be afraid of Sukha or Dukkha anymore? You should be grateful to Dukkha because it is Dukkha that brings Sukha. And you should resent Sukha because it drives you to Dukkha. So what is the attitude to be adopted? Be equal, equipoised, even-minded towards both. Now, in order to be even-minded, we need Sukha Dukkhas. If Sukha and Dukkha were not there, how can you have an even-mindedness? In the drowning waters, you learn swimming. And after swimming, you remain afloat in the same drowning waters. Similarly, the Sukha Dukkha waters are available for you endlessly, continuously, so that you will learn to swim and remain afloat. So any extent of Sukha Dukkhas, you should not be bothered about. Never be afraid of. No Sukha wipes me off. No Dukkha wipes me off, obliterates me. I remain the same. Every incidence of Sukha and Dukkha only confirms my presence, the I-ness in me, repeatedly. Am I clear? And my dear world, throw me anywhere you want. You cannot add anything to me. You cannot take away anything from me. My body is full of material presence, and the non-material part of my body is full with myself. There is no place or ground in me for anything to enter from you, my dear world. So throw me anywhere you want. The entire world is made up of Panchabhutas, the solid earth, the fluid water, the gaseous air, the hot and brilliant fire, and the indescribable thin space. Nothing beyond it is there. Our body is also made up of the same Panchabhutas. So my dear world, do you have anything more than or different from what I already have? Answer me. No. Can you think like this? Will you? Yes. You can, I know. Whether well you have to answer. What is our intelligence for? Intelligence always hankers after knowledge. Nobody thinks about life, and everybody wants to improve life. Without thinking about life, How can you improve it? Understand it very well. So, be a master of the world. Bhagavad Gita gives you a key by virtue of which you can tackle, handle, overwhelm, overpower, sublimate every situation in life, every impact in life. What are the impacts? Sukha and Duhkha. Nothing more. Whether it is from persons, places or events, the subject is the same. Another point that I want you to know very clearly is that in all our interactions, mind designs the interactions. Mind then implements the interactions. The next point is, it is mind alone that responds to the interactional impacts. I don't think you have understood me. Tell me, where are the interactions designed? In the mind. Body is inert. Body is mere matter. It has no sentience in it. So mind is the designer. And mind implements the design. And mind gets the resultant benefit. So where is the sole focus of your life? But at present, where is it? What shall I say? Shall I pity you or love you all the more? Shall I pity your ignorance, idiocy? Or shall I compliment you for the intelligence you have? The sole focus should be on your mind. On your mind. Every day should be one where your mind is enriched, empowered, enriched. And when you work with an enriched mind, the resultant benefits also will be more enriched. Getting enriched every day, you enrich the world every day. Enrichment, 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 elevation, elevation, expansion, expansion, enlightenment, enlightenment. This should be your words' memory. Is it not possible? Can you not bring a paradigm shift in your life? I was ignorant so far, the worst of the fool in the world. Now I have become a little intelligent. Thank God. Thank intelligence. Thank everybody. Thank the world also. And then live a life of enlightenment, enrichment. Once you know this, what is the formula for your life? Everybody is asking, Swamiji, we are all householders. We want to know how to live. Bhagavad Gita has got a very beautiful answer for it. Shall I tell you that? Apuryamana णमचलप pradishtham samudrama apah pravishanti yadvad tadvat kamayam pravishanti sarve sashanti maapnodi na kamakami. This is in the second chapter towards the end. He says, we have a mind which is of a well, W-E-L-L dimension. We are like a frog in the well. It thinks that the whole of it is there. From the well dimension, at least grow into a tank dimension, then a lake dimension, finally the sea dimension. What I would like you to have is a spatial mind. Am I clear? Huh? Yes. Spatial mind. Even if nuclear weapons are used, exploded, earth will be damaged, air will be damaged, water will be damaged, maybe fire also may not be so luminous. But do you think the space will be affected? No. You have something subtler than space in the sentience that you have. So you are impenetrable, imperishable, unaffectable, insurmountable by the glory of your human birth. You have not acquired it, and I don't want you to acquire it. It's already there, gifted to you. Realize this fortune, realize this legacy, realize this heritage, and live a knowledgeable person. That is what I want you to do. णमचलप pradishtham. Go to the seashore. See it as much as you can. So many rivers are flowing from the mountain tops, and all of them are galloping towards the sea. When I went to Dibrugarh in Assam in India, I was taken to the Brahmaputra river. When I was standing on the shore, I found I cannot see the other shore. That day they told me it was 9 or 10 or more miles away. Such a river is flowing to the sea. What is the impact, you tell me? Anybody will say the sea will overflow. So many rivers are flowing into the sea, but the sea never overflows. It receives, my dear rivers, I am water, you are also water, we are the same. I sent you up, I brought you down, I made you flow, so that all the people living in different planes, different heights, different altitudes will be benefited. And now you come. I will push all the slush down. I will pass my salinity to you. And you and I will remain the same. This should be the way your interactional life in the world should proceed. Will you assure this? Yes. Huh? Yes. Interactions have proceeded from you. The impacts are seemingly external, but in reality, the impacts are our own mind's responses to the interactions. So where is the interaction? Inside the mind. Where are the impacts? Inside the mind. Where are and whose are the responses? So is there anything more than the mind in any interaction, my dear souls? Huh? Huh? And what are you worried? What is going to happen? My mind will produce a thought. Maybe it is a turbulent one. What of it? Huge waves and boats surface on the sea. Does anything happen to the sea? Huh? No. Its vastness, its depth, and all these movements and turbulences are only on the surface. Similarly, on the surface of your mind is the so-called agitation, my dear souls. You have got a profound mind, an immeasurable mind. The magnitude of the mind is indescribable. On the surface alone, some seeming you cannot understand and perceive. That is why you say it is agitation, this, that and all. Nothing at all. Suppose you take water in a bottle full and without air bubble you close it and you shake the bottle. Will the water shake? So if the mind is full in your body, will it ever vibrate? The question is intellects, and you have to answer from the intelligence. I don't want you to look into the mind at all. Answer me from the intelligence. The inner presence, the soul, it is there full in the body, like space is full in the rest of the elements. Will it ever shake or vibrate? Then what do you call by agitation? What do you call by a thought? What do you call by an emotion? Without any action or movement or vibration, can there be any kind of an effect? Everything is moving, 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 moving. Nothing is still in the stationary in the universe. So what is the situation here? So many rivers are flowing in. The ocean receives it. It is the vapor from the ocean that went up, became cold. In greater heights, it came back as snow. In lower heights, as raindrops. In the same manner, you must be able to receive all interactions and interactional impacts. Can you do it? Yes. Will you? Yes. When will you start the attempt? Now. Very good, very good. I am encouraged. Tadvat kamayam pravishanti sarve sa shanti maapnodi na kama kami. Not the one who desires different kinds of objects. On the other hand, who sublimates, overwhelms, receives everything and assimilates. Our mind has got unimaginable potential to assimilate any kind of an impact. And when an impact is assimilated, it becomes enrichment, empowerment, elevation. Yesterday I was explaining these Sukha Duhkas with reference to real and unreal. The words Nasato vidyade bhavo, na bhavo vidyade sadaha. See, in terms of our experience, Sukha and Duhkha are only there and they come and go. So will you call them the real or the unreal? They are not real. But nevertheless we experience them. So you cannot dispose them off as unreal. Then what are they? Something that we cannot understand and place as a category. So it is something called illusory. That illusoriness of Sukha Duhkas, should it affect the reality of the I in you? Huh? You are the witness. You are the witness. You witness a mustard. You witness an arecanut. You witness a mango. You witness a coconut. You witness a tree. You witness a mountain. You witness the endless seas. Ultimately, you witness the infinite sky. Tell me, what is the magnitude of your mind? Is it the mustard or the mountain? Or is it of infinite measure? Why don't you admit it? Every day sit. When the stomach is empty, not when it is full. Close your eyes and contemplate upon your own mind, its infinite measure and magnitude. My dear souls, don't be trifling in your thoughts. Do not think about a thought. What is it after all? An agitation. What is it? Think about the measure and magnitude of your mind. Not the trifling things that surface in the mind. So contemplate upon it. This is the only way you can improve. Now, Arjuna heard Krishna. And he certainly was enamored of what Krishna said. He also knew that there is something called spirituality. It's a great insight. And it is to be pursued by what? The intelligence. So it is a sole inner pursuit by the mind and the intelligence. And what am I here for? To use my body, hands, bow and arrow and kill all these people. One is a physical act, another is the inner act. Here Krishna has exposed me to the great inner pursuit. It is called the wisdom pursuit. In Sanskrit we call it Jnana Nishtha. Say that? It is a nishtha where jnana is the factor. Knowledge alone is the pursuit there. Knowledge, knowingness, and intelligence is the only tool for it. So if the spiritual pursuit is so great, so grand, so wholesome, so splendorous, so fulfilling, so overwhelming, then Krishna, why are you asking me to fight this notorious war? How many people are going to be slaughtered here? It is very fierce. You are presenting before me this wonderful, imperishable soul, and you want me to realize it. then why are you asking me to fight? Jayasi chet karmanaste mata buddhirjanardana tatkim karmani ghore mam niyojayasi keshava. This is how the third chapter of Bhagavad Gita starts. It is called the Karma Yoga. Karma Yoga. Poor Arjuna, see, they are so friendly, and the conversation, you should understand the sensitive notes in Vyamishrene vavakyena buddhim mohayasiva me tadegam vadanishchitya yena shreyohamapnuyad. Vyamishrene vavakyena buddhim mohayasiva me. Krishna, when I listen to you and you speak to me, I feel that you are confusing me with admixtured words, phrases and propositions. And you seem to be deluding me. It appears, I don't say you are doing it. To me it appears. So he was very humble. Tad egam vadanishchitya. Now I want you to tell me clearly in a singular manner, specific manner. Yena shreyoham apnuyat. Remember Krishna, I asked you, yet shreyasyan nishchidam bruhidan me. How can one attain shreyas? That question you should not forget. So you tell me precisely in a clear-cut manner how I can attain it. Krishna began to answer it. My dear Arjuna, I spoke to you spiritual wisdom to be pursued by the intelligence of man. There is nothing wrong. But mind you, you and I have bodies, and the body has senses. This body survives on food, breath, water, and so many other factors. It is from there that we speak, we think, we do everything. It is from the body that we are proceeding to the inner levels. So the fact of the body cannot be denounced or set aside at any point of time. Nahi kaschik णमपि jatu tishthatya karma kridu karyate hyavashak karma sarvah prakritijair gunaihi. Are you finding it interesting? Yes. Nahi kaschik णमपि, not even a fraction of a second. Jatu tishthatya karma kridu. One can afford to be non-active. At least you will be breathing. It is an activity. Not even for half a second. There is nothing in this universe stationary. In the micro level and the macro level, intense activity is going on everywhere. What is the speed and velocity of the earth? What do you think of it? What about our heart, lungs? Inside the atom, what is the cyclic course of revolution? So not even for half a second one will be able to remain inactive. Karyate hyavashak karma sarva prakritijair gunaihi. Keeping everything in this world, everyone, especially the human, active, it is the role of Prakriti. You are not active because of your option. If your activity is at your option, you can perhaps stop it. Your lungs are breathing because you want, or your lungs breathe and therefore you want. Tell me. One heart made inside the mother's womb. How long it is going on beating? In my body it has already completed 91 years. It has entered the 92nd year. What is this? One machine. Are we the makers? Are we the masters there? So understand that even for a second the body can never remain inactive at all. Keeping everybody active and vibrant, it is the responsibility, the role of nature. Nature. Nature is consisting of three gunas, sattva guna, rajo guna and tamo guna. These three are alternately playing upon us. Every day you have a sattvic spell, a rajasic spell, and a tamasic spell. Sattva represents light, happiness, wisdom, peace. Rajas represents activity and the urges which cause them. And tamoguna represents ignorance, lethargy, and sleep. We are having all the three. The world also has all the three. These gunas are forcing everyone to be active. It is a rhythm. It is a cyclic process. It is an incessant march, pulsation. Nobody can stop it. Oh, I have to be active. And you as a kshatriya, as a fighter, what will you do? You will start doing puja in the puja room, or you will start discharging arrows in the battlefield. Do you want the fighters to lie on the cot and die there? Why are you keeping quiet? You are all professionals. These professionals should be up and active in the professional centers, or they should sleep at home. Huh? So you are a fighter. That is why you are in the battlefield. All around you are fighters. You have come here to do that. Maybe after some time the fight is over, the victory is also over, you will have to walk away from everything. That is what Arjuna did along with the brothers and Panchali, wife Draupadi. They walked up the Himalayas until all of them perished, one after the other fell. Now is the time for activity. Be active. And when the time for restfulness comes, don't resent that. Accept that also. So if activity is to be done, then Tatkim karmani ghore mam. This is a fierce activity. Fierce activity. It is fierce because of the nature of it. Can we survive without policemen? Policemen? No. Without military to defend our country? So it will be there, administration will be there, peaceful, civilians will be there, desktop, computer work, all these will be there. So everything has got a place in this world. Every activity is the same. Whether it is war in the war field, fought by the kshatriyas, the fighters, or it may be administration done by the administrative officers, anything whatsoever. It's all activity, interaction, that is all. While doing this interaction, including your fierce activity here, war, there is a formula which Bhagavad Gita presents. Yajnarthat karmano nyatra logoyam karma bandhanaha tadartham karma kaunteya mukta sangha samajara. This is the formula for all of you. Formula. There is no puja here, no worship, no flower, no offering of anything to God. It's a question of understanding and reforming and refining your attitude, sublimating your emotions, expanding your knowledge, sharpening it, rectifying it, refining it, until at last you are happy with yourself and happy with the world of complexity. There should be nothing for you to grumble or complain. You haven't made the world. You are of the world. World is not yours. The world, the structure of the world is there. The course of the world is there. Try, if at all, to help and promote peace and welfare. Never do anything harmful, either to yourself or to the others. If possible, try to help and serve others. That's all what you are supposed to do. Nothing more. You are not here to question. On the other hand, you are here to understand and be humble. Humble. Contribute your little share. The entire world of activity, the life of activity, will always be afflicting, tormenting and binding unless it is done in the form of a yajna, an offering to the Supreme. Am I clear? If you eat, what are you eating for? To nourish the body. No, I am prepared to stop eating provided anyone else will eat for me. The body has to be sustained. So it calls for food. There is hunger. So I appease it. Then energy is generated. The rest of the activities proceed. It is a process, beautiful process. So what should you do? Every activity, whether it is war here, or administration there, or worship in a temple, or anything whatsoever, everything is the same. All are activities. Activities of the senses, activities of the mind, activities of the intelligence, the body. So what is the attitude? Mukta sangas samajara. Can you say this? Mukta sangaha samajara. Do it beautifully well, meaningfully, very well, in a very tangible manner. No excuse. Do it well, well, well. Samajara, mukta sangaha. Have no delusional clinging at all at any point of time. The word sangha, Sanskrit, its meaning is delusional clinging. People generally translate it as attachment. Attachment. What is it? Are you attached to anybody? Are you attached to your children? Then something should bind you. The air we breathe cannot be attached to us. It comes in and goes out. Everything enters and exits also. So what are we attached to? Nothing. But mind has delusional clinging. So without that clinging, you do anything and everything. Look after your family, look after your profession, have your earnings. If you can acquire some assets, okay, but use them. Never bequeath them to children beyond limits. No, make them self-sufficient by giving education, and whatever wealth you have, place it at the disposal of the community or society. Why should you accrue wealth for your children? I don't call you good parents at all. If you do so, educate them. Let them stand on their own feet and earn as much as they want and spend also. We are here to be active. Dharma is the first. Act righteously and earn righteous wealth. Spend it to satisfy your desires, gratify your desires, and become free. By the time you reach the age of 50 or 60, in America I can make it 65, then you should be able to say, enough of my household life. My dear children, if you want, you can come and take hold. In America, the children will not be there, they will go away. So you have no problem, you are more spiritual than us. Because no child is with you. On the birthday, they may come and greet you with some articles, that's all. So you are much better than all of us in India. So the point is very, very clear here. You must be able to say, no, yes, sufficient. My desires are fulfilled, my activities are over, my health is properly utilized. Now I am here to look into my inner dimension, inner domain, and enrich it. Walk off. Kabhi hoga kya? Hoga. Don't plead inability, weakness at all. Weakness at all. Indriyani paranyahuhu, indriyebhyah parammanah, manasastu parabuddhihi, yo buddhe paratastu saha. Can you display that first PowerPoint? Life is interactional. Life is interactional, I said. All of you should understand, these interactions proceed from where? Proceed from the individual. From the individual. not from anywhere else. So the individual is standing here, and that too from his head, brain, not from any other place. These are all physical body and physical limbs. Now, he has 5 senses. These senses are not made by any external factor in the world. The entire body was shaped by the fetus and the embryo within the mother's womb, drawing only blood cells from the mother, nothing else. None of you is the father or mother of your child. The child's body is shaped by nature in the mother's womb. Neither the mother nor the father has any role to play, no external factor at all. So the entire body together with the senses belong to whom you say. And that person now comes here, the mind, intelligence, etc., they try to impel the sensory organ. And the whole thing proceeds from here. See, the largest dimension our eyes have. An eye specialist once told me the far point of the eye is infinity. If you place a sizable object at infinite distance, our naked eye can see. So what do you think of the power of the eye? If the eye, which the embryo, which the fetus has made, has got infinite power of perception, then what do you think of the original source? What are you carrying in your chest, in your body? Are you a mortal person or are you an immortal, imperishable, immeasurable presence? So, the highest dimension is, largest is the sight, then sound, thereafter smell, then taste and touch. See? It is these organs that make the world. If there are no eyes, there will be no colors and sights in the world. So it is wrong to think the world is there. It is our organs that make the world and make these perceptions. Normally the world is infinite in its variety. The entire infinitude of the world is reduced into 5-fold perceptions. What is the power of the senses then? Tell me. The world may contain many things. So far as my experience and interaction are concerned, the world is only 5. Are you understanding? Yes. What is your power, my dear souls? You are reducing the entire world of infinitude into 5 by virtue of your own power, potential, possibility. And then these interactions from infinite variety of the world become 5-fold. They are 5-fold at the level of the senses. A color strikes the eye. Thereafter, electrical pulses are sent to the brain center where the experience and knowledge transpire. So the senses are inert. They are only instruments. The whole work is done within. So the world is 5 in the level of the senses. But when they go further down to the mind level, what are they? They are Sukha and Duhkha. Tell me now, is the world 5 or is it 2? And when you go to sleep, ba, ba. If you believe in the 5-fold sensory perception and the 2-fold mental experiences, you should also equally believe in the nothingness of sleep. We are all woken up from sleep. What? Can you show me one person who has not woken up except from sleep? Huh? We have woken up from sleep. And what do we do from wakefulness? We sleep. So we are waking up to sleep and we are sleeping to wake up. What else do, you tell me? And if your whole wakefulness is only to go to sleep, why don't you remain there? So you are waking up from sleep. It is from here. If the whole thing is called phenomena, I would like to call it the noumenon. The noumenal oneness, transcendence. It is from here I woke up, activated the mind, further activated the senses, and perceived the phenomenal world of infinitude. Tell me, where is the source? I want an answer. Otherwise, mortgage your intelligence. Say, I am not intelligent. Not mind. The wakefulness has emerged from sleep. The source is sleep. And it is again going into sleep. So is there anything in the wakefulness which is not in the sleep? That is why the sleep is able to produce a dream world all by itself. Parallelly, while the waking world is on. While the waking world is on, it produces parallelly another world. Who makes it? You have no doubt about it. It is your own mind that makes it. There you agree. Understand, this waking world also is produced by us. Will you accept this? Huh? Can I trust you? Okay. Good souls. Go to the other one. The shloka I read there was, Indriyani paranyahuhu, indriyebhya param manaha, manasastu parabuddhihi, yo buddhehe paradastu saha. Who tells whom? Krishna tells Arjuna. Krishna standing on the chariot, holding the four reins of the horses. And Arjuna, unable to stand, had already sat. So he turns back and speaks. Remember this picture. Holding the horses, then talking to. Multitasking, is it not in your language? He was speaking. He says, Indriyani paranyahuhu. Our senses appear to be small, very simple, but they are superior to the objects of the world. The objects are inert, but the senses can produce sensations. If I close my eyes, I will not see anything before me, in front of me. I always say, if God comes and stands before me, I close my eyes. God will have to beg of me. Swamiji, please open your eyes and see me, I have come here. No, I will not see, go away. See, our eyes are so powerful. Similarly, you can have control over your nose, smell, ears, sound, etc. So, the senses are superior to the objects of the world. Do you agree? Yes. Huh? Yes. The senses are superior to the objects. Superior to the senses is the mind. Superior to the mind is the intelligence. And still superior is the I. Tell me, where do you stand now? Indriyani paranyahuhu, indriyebhyah param manaha, manasastu parabuddhihi, yo buddhehe paradastu saha. Tell me now, my dear souls, what are you carrying within your body? What are you carrying within your body? Is the world superior? Or what you have within you is the most superior? That is what you refer to when you say I. That I is a great reference, Baba. Those people who really say I, they don't have to think of God and worship. I. That is why we say, Aham Brahmasmi, Brahmaivaham, 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 Anandarupoham. Understand that you are within is never separated from you. And in this within, superior to the mind and intelligence, is what you refer to as the I. The I. The I. Evam buddhe param buddhva samstabhyatmanam jehi shatrum mahabaho kamarupam durasadam. Evam buddhe param buddhva. Are you with me? Yes. In this manner, my dear Arjuna, buddhe param buddhva. Try to comprehend what is superior to the intelligence. What? The words used are buddhe param buddhva. Try to intelligence. What is superior to the intellect? Are you hearing me? Yes. Huh? Yes. You are using your intelligence only to comprehend sensory objects. But the intelligence is free. It is not material. It is not muscular. It's not physical. It is inside. Its nature is knowledge. Content is knowledge. It is given to knowing. So ask the knowing intelligence to comprehend what is superior to itself. Buddhehe param buddhva. Never say I cannot control my senses. Never say I cannot handle my mind. Never say my agitation is far more than what I can handle. It is your mind's product, mind's creation. And you are the owner and the master of the mind. Therefore, you should be able to, and you can. Samstabhyatmanam atmana jehi shatrum mahabaho kamarupam durasadam. Any kind of a passion or a greed or a craze for dominance, competition, jealousy and other things, simply blow off. What are they? What are they? My mind's product. Remember what is backing the mind, the intelligence. And what is the source of intelligence? The I. So derive your power as much as you want. This is how he concludes the 3rd chapter. In the 4th chapter, Krishna makes a beautiful statement which is not properly understood by the people, even commentators. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyuthanam adharmasya tad atmanam srijamyaham paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. These verses are quoted by many people in many places in this world. We are always thinking, oh, the world has gone bad. Is it your grandfather's product? Who are you to say anything about the world? Have you understood it? Where is the earth revolving? What is the ground of space? What is supporting the space? Can you understand endlessness, infinity, infinitude? And then you are trying to say the world has gone bad? Is it your making? Certainly not. So he says, Yada yada hi dharmasya glanirbhavati bharata. Whenever the sense of propriety, the influence that propriety holds on people, when that has declined miserably, abysmally, then I will certainly bring about a manifestation. as a result of which whatever is declining will be restored. It is my job. He speaks on behalf of the Supreme Truth. Abhyuthanam adharmasya tad atmanam srujamyaham. The decline is not to be adjudged by you or by the United Nations. It has to be adjudged by the impersonal providence impartially. The impartial verdict of the impersonal providence. As a result of science and technology, we are producing many items which cannot be disposed of. I am told by people that the plastic polymer products which we have made, it will not disintegrate even in 500,000 years, they say. I don't believe. I am a man of nature. I belong to this great world. Heap all of them, cover it with earth. After some time, something will sprout to eat it off. You have produced it from earth, and earth has got power to handle it also. Your intelligence may not be able to sense. I am not able to quote you figures now. There was a widespread cactus in the world. After some time, everybody was wondering, ultimately, some other cactus cropped up and ate off everything. Similarly, some plant will crop up and you will find everything will be destroyed. Man is not able to do it. It shows his limitation. But God has not made anything which He cannot handle. So your polymer product is a derivation from His product. So He will be able to handle it. Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. Every time, era after era, I will get born to establish this wonderful ethical note in this world. Just like gravitational force is there which you cannot flout, but you can manage. Suppose you construct a house, the walls are perpendicular to look after the gravitational force. Similarly, we can manage. When that ethical discipline, that sense of ethics, discipline, etc., when that has fallen, then I will protect. I will protect the wise. I will protect the wise and, can you fill the gap? Destroy the wicked. I protect, but I also destroy. Dharma samsthapanarthaya. I will establish and re-establish the sense called ethics, dharma, in the minds of human beings. Otherwise, they cannot live in this world. They don't deserve to be called humans. Give you some other name of an animal. Don't call that we are humans. People are doubtful whether whatever Krishna said 5,000 years ago to Arjuna in the battlefield of Kurukshetra is applicable to the present. It is applicable everywhere, anytime. Here is a verse. Vidara gabhaya krodha manmaya mamupashrita bahavo jnana tapasa puta madbhavamagata. Every one of you should learn this verse. Write it on the wall of your kitchen, bedroom, the other room, everywhere. Vidaraga bhayakrodhaha manmaya mamupashritaha. People are worshipping me, large number. But all of them are worshipping me to increase their passion, to increase their desire, to increase their sensory fulfillment. But there are some good and noble souls who worship me. What for? Manmaya mamupashritaha. They rely upon me. They think of me. Their mind, by repeated thinking, has become Krishnamaya. And as a result of that Krishnamayatva, being Krishna, repeatedly thinking about him, their Trishna has fallen. The desire falls, the greed falls, the possessive sense also declines. Vita, Raga, Bhaya, Krodhaha. Three are the principal forces, urges that work in the mind. One is Raga, desire, passion. Bhaya, fear. Krodha, hatred. I am not going to explain these further. Vita, Raga, Bhaya, Krodhaha. Raga, Bhaya, Krodhaha. Sublimate and overcome these. And let your devotion be, devotional reliance be, in order to sublimate and dispossess Raga, Dvesha and Bhaya from your mind. What are you now doing? You worship God. Give me this, give me that. Not only me, my children and grandchildren also. This is what you are saying. What you should do, use devotion for? To make the mind free from the hold of passion, prejudice, hatred, possessiveness. Such people also are there. Vidaraga bhayakrodha manmaya mamupashritaha bahavo jnana tapasa pudaha. Krishna says bahavaha, many people. Don't say it is rare. Bhoomananda Swami will not allow you to say rare. I will not. Bahavaha, many people have done it. Jnana tapasa pudaha. By the austerity called knowledge pursuit, they have been able to overcome and sublimate the stronghold of desire, greed and fear. The first urge to disappear from the mind is desire, the second is hatred and the third is fear. Bahavo jnana tapasa pudaha mad bhava magadaha. They have attained to be attain my state. They became like me, like me, like me. Don't miss this phrase. Many people have attained. Krishna says they have become like me. Nahi jnanena sadrisham pavitramiha vidyade tatsvayam yoga samsiddha kalena atmani vindadi. Another great statement. Nahi jnanena sadrisham pavitramiha vidyade. In the whole of human life and in the terrestrial region, there is nothing like knowledge which can purify the human being. Why are you not getting purified? Because you don't think in these terms and pursue them. Nahi jnanena sadrisham. Arjuna had done a lot of austerity for 12 plus 1, 13 years before coming to the battlefield. With all the austerity, he could only tremble in the battlefield. Tell me, what was the result of the austerity? Huh? Tell me. It did not give him courage, conviction, stability, confidence. He started fearing. So, nothing like jnana, pavitramiha vidyade, in the matter of purifying the human personality. Tat swayam yoga samsiddha kalena atmani vindadi. And this wisdom pursuit, jnana sadhana, you can do it, begin it, pursue it, and you will find in the process of time, in the course of time, it will purify you and fulfill itself. He is using the present tense here, vindadi, people attain. These are some of the essential verses. Now we go to the 5th chapter. Renunciation has a great place in India, in spirituality and spiritual life. But what is renunciation? Many people do not know. Krishna was not renunciate in the sense like he was wearing this kind of a dress, left home and now. Arjuna also was not. But Krishna had great respect for sannyasa. He only spoke about sannyasa. To Arjuna also he was speaking. So he says, Nyayasa nitya sannyasi yo na dveshti na kankshadi. That person is to be considered, known as a constant sannyasi, constant renunciate. Yo na dveshti na kankshadi. Who does not desire and hate. So tell me, what is sannyasa now? Sannyasa is the sublimation of hatred, the sublimation of desire. When desire and hatred become extinct in your mind, you become a sannyasi. And this kind of a dress and our ascetic life and pursuit will speed up the process and perfect it. All of you householders, however much you may try, your wealth, your bequest are superior to you. It never anything otherwise. So the actual point is, he who is able to overcome or abandon hatred and desire. Nirdvando hi mahabaho sukham bandhat pramuchyade. I will tell you significantly, but I have no time to expand it further. Sukham bandhat pramuchyade. Comfortably one gets freed from all kinds of bondage. What is the means? Nirdvando hi mahabaho. O mighty armed Arjuna, whoever is nirdvandva means what? The entire world produces only Sukha Duhkas. And the Sukha Duhkas are mind's creations. So you must be able to enter the mind arena, the mind plane, and then you should be able to be neutral or equipoised in Sukha and Duhkha. Sukha Duhkas you already have. And what further you should have? A sense of evenness, equipoised towards them. Can you not cultivate them? Huh? Please raise your hand, whoever is ready to cultivate them. Very good, very good. If you cultivate them, this is the comfortable way of getting freed of all kinds of bondage from the world. Tell me, is it easy or hard? Hard. Every time you have an opportunity to do it. It is like learning to swim in drowning waters. I will stop after reciting 2 more verses and explaining. Ihaiva tairjidas sargo esham samye sthidam manaha nirdosham hi samam brahma tasmad brahmanite sthidaha. What a wonderful statement. See, in this particular verse, earlier verse, no reference to God, no reference to soul. They are independent verses. Independent verses. No reference to God and soul are there. He says, Ihaiva taihi jidas sargaha. This complex creation, its stranglehold on us. Ihaiva tair jidaha. By them it is won over, overcome. By whom? Esham samye sthidam manaha. Esham samye sthidam manaha. Their mind should be equipoised like this. Ba. Ba. You have won the world. Iha, here itself, taihi, by them, jitaha sargaha. This complex creational display is overcome by them. Yesham, whose mind, manaha, samye sthidam. Established in samya. Samya in what? Sukha Duhkas. Sukha and Duhkha you already have, and you know the misery of being unequal towards them. Now practice equality, and in 41 days become better. Shaknoti haiva yasodhum prak sharira vimokshanad kama krodhodbhavam vegam sa yuktaha sa sukhi nara. Before the fall of the body, I won't allow you to get away from this whole thinking that I will do it, if not now, later. Shaknoti haiva yassodhum prak sharira vimokshanad. Before the fall of your body. Shaknoti haiva yassodhum kama krodhodbhavam vegam. If you are able to overcome the urges of passion and hatred before the fall of your body, sayuktaha, that person becomes yoga yukta. He is yogically integrated. Sasukhi naraha. He is the most happy, comfortable and ecstatic person. What do you have to do is overcome, sublimate or overwhelm the urges of passion and hatred. Kamakrodha viyuktanam yadinam yatachetasam abhido brahmanirvanam vartate vididatmanam. People who are able to do this for them, they don't have to go in search of Brahman, the supreme truth. They don't have to practice any kind of a meditation or sadhana as such. It's all over. Abhido brahmanirvanam vartate vididatmanam. They are encircled by brahmanirvana. Encircled. Wherever they go, brahmanirvana surrounds them. Provided you are able to remain afloat, passion and hatred. Tell me now, where stands Bhagavad Gita? 5,000 years ago, Arjuna was told this. Is it not a current philosophy? Is it not applicable to you here and now? Is it not applicable anywhere and everywhere in the world and for all human beings? Even beasts, if they can understand, it is applicable to them also. I shall stop now. Ihaivatayir jidas sargo esham samye sthidam manaha nirdosham hi samam brahma tasmad brahmani te sthidaha shaknodi haiva yassodhum prak sharira vimokshanad kama krodhodbhavam vegam sayuktas sasukhi naraha. There is no reference to God here. No reference to the soul also. But the whole message, the art and process and pursuit of fulfillment completely presented there, here. This is the greatness and grandeur of the Bhagavad Gita dialogue. Bah. Bah. Where can you find something like this? It was not one talk of Krishna. It was the essence of the entire research conducted in India millennia earlier. Krishna was only a mouthpiece to present it. He had learned it like many other students and seekers. I think I have told you enough to understand the relevance of Bhagavad Gita, the benefits of Bhagavad Gita, the fulfillment it is able to bestow on you, all the benefits that you seek in the sphere of the mind and the intelligence are presented in abundant measure in Bhagavad Gita. Every time you will find of what potential is the mind, how much refinement and extensiveness the intelligence can imbibe, acquire and display. Everything is, it's all mento, intellectual exposition, particularly from the 13th chapter. 2 more days are left. I may be able to say something more about them. Let us see. Let me conclude the session. Samvedya varjitamanuttamamegamadhyam samvidpadam vigalanam kalayan mahatman hridyeva tishtha kalanarahita kriyam tu kurvan akartrapadamethya shamodidashri. Kurvan akartrapadamethya shamodidashri. Harihi, Harihi, Harihi. Om Tat Sat. Jaya Guru. All of you take your pose. We shall have the conclusional Omkara. Oh.